So they are able to actually get over here. Let's put in a stockpile. That might help. I think we've actually cleared out up here. Oh, there's a little bit left. Let's a little stockpile. Probably should have one the whole time, but oops, didn't quite get it. Other than that, I mean, we've cut down some of the trees, so like our log amount should go up pretty well. It's the food, and to fix the food, we need stone. We need stone like 2 days ago. um, Tools, we didn't make any. Like we used up all our iron and didn't make a dent yet, so that was a dumb idea. Um, let's see, town hall. It does look like we've kind of shortened up the gap a little bit. We're still like 200 behind, but I believe making the tools helped. But we kind of need more tools than that. We do have a lot. I mean, that's the thing. We have a ton of laborers, and if we had farming, I could easily fix this food gap. All we would have to do is say, okay, let's cut this down and make it all farmland. Done. But I also don't like how we still have a lot of homes that are complaining about the cold. Yeesh. I feel like this whole... sorry, I got a little loud. But I feel like this whole episode has just been a rehash of the series of disasters from our last playthrough. Apparently I haven't learned my lessons, but the good news is it looks like a lot of the stuff that had been kind of clogging up the pipes, like, you know, this road, they've been built. So at this point, it's just a matter of, can we gather all this up, get this built, and dump a whole bunch more people into working those places. Now, let's see, hunting lodge, 4 out of 4. Because even one extra hunter would be a bit of a difference. Here we go. Might as well, I mean... Okay, I think that was all that was missing from that. Oh, and we keep having people getting born. They need to like, make use of birth control. Because, see, we're slowly... It's going to take a couple of years to chug down through it, but it will happen at the rate we're going. I'm going to bump up... While we have the extra labor, I'm going to bump up the miners and the stonecutters. You know. Maybe that'll help kind of close the gap. And these guys are... Since these guys are almost done, we've almost gathered every single little bit of, like, wild stone and iron that you can find. So, that's something to keep in mind. I thought I prioritized this over the houses. Let's make sure. They need to know that I need this before I need that. So, well, a little too late. They're gonna build the house, but at least in retrospect, they'll you know, they regret. They have regrets. Let's see. Any other food sources? Even this is like kind of a sketchy forestry node. It could be better, I think, but I mean, there's some potential for fishing, but not much. Like down here, it's not going to be huge or anything. Like, the main issue is how do we get like an actual settlement around here, like fit in all the homes and everything that it would need to support it. And the answer is you kind of don't. Up here would have some decent fishing, but it's way up there. And I don't think we can actually build out to there just yet. Honestly, we need like a second market, like over here. Plus, like, all these plans for building don't make much sense when we haven't even built this. So, and the more and more people are born, the worse and worse it's gonna get. Food-wise, yeah. See, oosh, we're looking at another famine. Come on, guys. And I don't really know how to. The only real way to prevent it would be. I don't think there's a way to prevent it. Honestly, I'm tempted to just like crank this up and make use of the labor pool while we have it, because we're not going to keep it. I think we're heading towards another famine, and there's not much I can do to avert it. Unfortunate. Almost like resolve the tool situation, which is nice, but now that we have more miners working, I bet, yeah, we're still at 53%, that's okay. If I could get like another mine going and start making coal, not only would it help with the fuel issue, but it would also help with, if we can make steel tools, which last longer and might get us ahead on this. Yeah, you see how dangerous the stone gathering can be? In a way, like, you can use that to kind of keep your population under control a bit. Yeah, it's getting away from us, and we're almost out of food reserves. We're going to be looking at starvation fairly soon. Might as well try to get, like, as big a stockpile of stone and iron as we can get. Okay, we gotta gather. Let's see. Maybe with the extra gather, we'll have some success at kind of stabilizing this food problem. Because yeesh. Yeah, we're getting further and further behind. It's only a matter of time until we start to see starvation, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call this an episode, and yeah, unfortunately, it was really just us trying to avert crisis, and trying to keep ahead of it. I think. I mean, let's end with looking at the graphs. As you can see, we've actually exceeded our previous plateau, but just barely. I'm actually pretty convinced that with the way that this use versus produce is going, we're on the verge of famine anyway. So it's frustrating. I mean, I have almost all my people are working as gatherers and all that. I think the only way to get ahead of it is instead of having a ton of people working these mines, like, I don't know, like, it's nice that we're getting some stored stone up, but what'd be really nice is, well, there's a couple things. Like, we need another gatherer's hut, and now that we have some stone, I'm going to put one up here. It's a little bit far away, but actually, let's not let it run at times 10. Let's plan this out. So this whole area, I think we can support, like, 1, 2, possibly even 3 more gatherers' huts. If we can get those built, I mean, we're not going to get them built before this wave of starvation, but I'm hoping that what we can do is actually, like, get the materials we need to build those before this wave of starvation happens. And then after the famine is done, we'll be able to rebuild and build those out using the resources we've stored up. And then from there, we'll be able to actually support this enormous population and get to the 300 mark. Once we're at the 300 mark, all these problems go away. Because we'll unlock all those different achievements. So I can start building schools. I can start getting farmland. There's just like those two things alone. That's honestly what is holding us back. And once I have the farmland, I mean, I can start embedding nomads. Like we'll be fine. But it's just the challenge of this is going after those achievements. And like I said, it's kind of been a learning experience for me. I feel like we've played better on this playthrough than we did on the first one. I'm not going to give up on this one like I did the other one. But at the same time, it does get a little bit, it can be a little bit frustrating in a way. Like, anyway, I think that was a pretty good episode for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and put in this allow this hunting cabin to happen, because it's just more food, you know, and I think next time our goal, we'll basically go over here and we'll try to fit in a couple more gathering, like, forest nodes, and hopefully between those, like, if we can get like 3 or 4, it'll be enough to get our population up to that 300 mark, because I don't know if you can indefinitely sustain a population, like a large population, on just forestry nodes. I think that eventually, in order to just continue to grow your people, you have to get farming, and eventually we'll get there. Like, another thing I could have done is, instead of starting on like a hard start, I could have started with some seeds. In retrospect, maybe I should have done that, but you know, I want to give myself a harder start, so now I'm dealing with the consequences of that. But I think we'll get there. I'm pretty confident. It's just kind of a matter of figuring it out and learning from our mistakes. So, anyways, yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any ideas for other ways I could, like, maybe you've noticed a fishing spot I've missed, or maybe you have some advice on like how you can, I don't know, make even more efficient gathers, or something of that nature. Like, just feel free to put it in the comments, you know, because I feel like I've kind of like stumbled through these playthroughs, unfortunately. I wish I could have been a little bit better at it, but you know, it's something that I was just not too familiar with, and yeah, there's gonna be some mistakes, but overall, it's for better or worse, I think we're doing better this time around than we were the last time we attempted this. So, yeah, I'm not terribly disappointed, but maybe a little bit. Yeah, you know, we'll see how it goes. Another thing I'm thinking is maybe a hunting lodge up here, because hunting, they can still gather stuff without having like too much forest around them. And I mean, I don't think it's worth putting a full node in here, but you know, a hunting cabin, a couple of houses for the people to live in, I think that might be a possibility. So we might make use of this road. Anyway, thinking out loud. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time. Huh? Have a good one.